Hello all, just showing you the roads continue to be deplorable in Linden. Election year, the PP came here to talk about sharing house lots today, and this is what we have to deal with. So I'm going to give you a run through. As you join the broadcast, welcome. I'm heading up to an area where you will see, and I waited until the sun began to go down. It's now dusk, so that, or twilight, it gets a little dark, then this is the worst time to drive, and you'll see where drivers have to commute. So you're passing forestry here, you'll have a chance to see. You'll have an opportunity to see. As you join, please indicate to me if you hear me clearly, you see me clearly. I want to show you what Linden is like. We're headed to a place called Amelia's Ward. And we're showing you roads in the town. Now, instead of fixing the roads, the PPP came here today. Of course, another campaign strategy of theirs during election time to say they're distributing massive numbers of house lots, and you'll see it on the news because NCN doesn't carry the truth when it applies to other people. But I'll show you the truth. I'll show you that people are paying $2 million in some instances for a house lot. $2 million for a 100 by 80 house lot. $2 million, $1.3, $1.5 million for a house lot in Linden. While they're demanding that from the individuals, I'll show you what the roads look like in Linden. You saw the lady, the place was flooded. We take a little walk at night. Because if roads are flooded during the day, and it's raining now, and it's flooded at night, when they don't have proper street lighting and proper drainage, how do you determine, how do you get across pools of water and so on? How do you get to your home? Let's look at development in Linden, because the PP talks about development. We're on the Suicide Linden Highway, by the way. If you don't know, this highway begins by just after forestry. So we're on the Suicide Linden Highway. It's raining. This is called the Karakara Bridge, which is a flood zone. See that? Water runs way down here. See that? Tear this road away. This is where the a sawmill is. So an industrial area section, normally affected severely. Share the broadcast. Let's show you development in Guyana. We're climbing the Amelia's Ward Hill. Are you hearing me clearly? Are you seeing me clearly? We have work to do. I'm going to show you what the PPP calls development. So this is the Amelia's Ward Hill we're on. So you just climbed the hill here. Remember that Region 10 Upper Demerara, Upper Belize is in a natural region called the Hilly Sand and Clay Belt region. So we have 4 natural regions. This is the Hilly Sand and Clay Belt region. Okay? So let me show you what it's like in the Hilly Sand and Clay Belt region. Because the assumption in many people's mind is if you live on a hill, there wouldn't be flooding, which is not actually untrue. Because on this hill, there are low-lying areas as well, or flood-prone areas, because it's undulating. There are waves. You go up and down all the time in this area. So let me take you and show you what it's like to live in Linden and to drive on the highway if you don't know it. It can be dangerous and deadly for you. Just past Lover's Lane, we get back to that, a very, very popular and high frequency area, highly frequented area, busy for traffic. It's a main shopping area in the Amelia's ward. So you would expect that it should have the best road, because the businesses on that road is a very, very popular area, and you would expect that the PPP would have knowledge of how to deal with areas that are trafficked heavily. You think that they care? You really think that they care? So here we're approaching a place by a gas station, a service station. We call it Singh's gas station. Singh's gas station. We headed here. Take a look at this. Look at that. See the pool of water that I'm going through? And this, the water has subsided. But there's sand along the side of the road here, washed down from the rain. So you're going to go up this hill. This is called Well Road here. The hill, and that's what we call it, but the water tank where the well is, from the top of this hill. It's just the bottom here. The water tank at the bottom of the hill, the water treatment plant. Beautiful Guyana. You're having a chance to see what it's like in Linden at twilight. So we're now going to go through a place called Police Outpost Road. It's a police station here, and right smack on this junction, look at this place condition. Right here, turning to go to the police station. This is where you're trying to get to the police station. Look at this road. Police Outpost Road. Alright? So you remember Lulu's place got flooded? You'll see why. This is the road for the police outpost. Look at this. The Amelia's Ward Police Outpost is here. And you would think that they'll have the best road. Look at the police yard. So water is running from the road, look, straight into the police compound. I'm showing y'all Amelia's Ward Police Outpost. This government talks to you about development and about how developed Guyana is and what they're doing for Guyana. Take a look for yourselves. The water is running into the police compound, the outpost compound, taking with its sand, eroding the land. How are you doing, sir? Right. Hold again. Take a little trip down the lane. So this road is behind police outpost here now. Inner road, which is good because it's good to have multiple entrances and exits into an area. So this will be behind police outpost. We pass the outpost here, see what's happening here. Water is running all the way to the back, taking sand in the yard, and of course there will be deposition and also erosion. So we go through the street by Lulu here. And I'll show you what happened behind where the flood occurred and why. Then we get some other areas. It can't be the PPP and the them boys talk about development. Man. Development. So this is the road here. Concrete road. Because remember, now concrete road is all that they talk about, right? Oh, we have development, they have a concrete road. So look at the concrete road. No drain. We're going down the hill. Remember, you just came uphill, so we're going back down the hill now. If you're going, common sense will tell you that if you're going downhill, water is running downhill, the water will have somewhere to go. When it rains, it must have somewhere to go, because water will always find a level. That's what the old builders will tell you. Water always finds a level. So they build this concrete road, claiming it's development. No drain. We're going towards Lulu's place here. No drain. There's a truck. So look at people, look at what happened to people's yard. The water is coming downhill, of course, at high velocity because you just came up that hill in the front. We're going down the same hill now on the inner road. They build this concrete road, no drainage, absolutely none. So the water is what you call flash flooding. It rushes up on you and then dissipates. But what is left behind is what you have to deal with. So let me show you what's going on in the corner here. I'll hop out of my truck and see. Give you all a quick glimpse. Hello. How are you doing? Good afternoon. So you have a corner, an intersection here, as you can see. Look way up there. See the water? Here's that. The water would rush straight down this grade here. But there's no drain. So this area was just severely flooded. The water goes straight into these people's business place here. Look. Right? You have people trying to set up sandbags. Look at this. Sandbags being put here to try to stop the water. But you can't stop it. See this? No drainage. But they will tell you that they built a number of roads in Linden, and they also developed so much development in Linden. But look at this community. Look at this road. Instead of having curves in the road, curves at the corner, you have almost like triangles, because I guess people don't know how to build turns. But beyond that, do you see any drainage here? So we're going through Bernard Street in a minute to show you all the other section. And look up at the sky. You see what's coming there? Do you see what's coming to Linden here? So there's even more rain threatening us this evening. Alright? And that area will be flooded massively later on. Now the people have tried to cut drains here, because you have no drain out straight down this road. None. No drain. Let me switch my headpiece for y'all. Alright, I've just switched. I'm switching my headpiece so you can hear clearly as a broadcast. trust that you can hear me. So the residents are trying to make a drain. It's where Lulu was. They're trying to make a drain. And as they send this water down, the water goes straight down that hill. The water has to go somewhere. Can y'all hear me? Good. All right, so let's go to the other street. Let's show you development. Because it was inconveniencing to drive through the streets. Yes, it was. These streets are really, really bad. But if you're going to speak about development, we have to talk about how developed are your ideas, how advanced is your technology when you're talking about road construction. There are no drains in this area, none. This Amelia's ward needs, it's a basin. You will see what I'm telling you. This place needs to have an interconnected system of drainage. But there's flash flooding, so the water just rushes in and people think, oh, the area isn't flooded. You suffer severely because the water rushes into your home. Wets it up and then it's gone. Alright, so this is the Action Avenue. This is Bernard's here. Big business, very popular. As I said to you, I want to show you what happens at night. You can hardly hear me now. That's strange. We're going again downhill. So it's another street. We just came out from the loose corner. Alright, tell me if you hear me. I want to ensure you can hear me. Can you hear me? I have to switch my audio. Can you hear me? So some hear me well, some are not. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Good. Alright, so once you can hear me, we're good to go. Look at this. You all see this? Look at that. Do you see the water is moving? No, you can't see below. You got to turn up your headset now, Diane. So let me show you what's going on here. You see what's happening here? This is Bernard Avenue. Look at that. I told you water has to find somewhere to go. So you're seeing it right here. Okay? If you don't hear me, put on some earphones, headphones, earbuds, something. Earpods, whatever you have to get. Look at that. The water is carrying, of course, sand with it. Look right here. Bernard Avenue. See that? Now this will be here for weeks. Nowhere to go. Look what I'm by somebody's house. People had to put a wall here. Look, people. A genius in the PPP said you don't need drains in the ward. So if you don't need drains in the ward, what do you need here? Development, man. I'm just showing you all development because they talk to you about development. That is why we have to deal with these people the way we have to. Because the likes of Francis, Darwin, and others, we don't come to you playing. We come to you showing you facts. Somebody used some bricks here to build a wall, a retaining wall, because the water is going to this yard. The other person built a higher wall. I think you figure out what will happen now, right? So the person began to protect themselves because there's a soakaway over there, you know. Let me show you. There is a soakaway in the ward. But they built a little cheap thing, a little cheap structure, because everybody keep as much money in the pocket. Look. That's supposed to be a soakaway. Look at it. So when the residents decide to protect themselves by building these curb walls, and it's KERB, right? Curb wall. Look what happened here. Soak away. So to protect this land, people build a berm here. Everybody decided in this area we have to protect ourselves. What do you think will happen to the water? Months. No, when you see this rain stops, this will be here for weeks at a time. Not days, weeks at a time. The water has nowhere to go. Because it dug a little hole there and called it soakaway. There has to be an underground system that carries water from here because the major problem is here. This is where you get to the bottom of the hill and then you go back up on the other side over there, which we're going to show you some other roads. Let's look at development. Share the broadcast. Show the world what the PP calls development in Guyana. Development, man. So if I live here, okay, and I want to bring my motorcycle some in the yard, or I want to drive in this area, look what I have to deal with. See where I'm walking? Look. It fell off. I don't want to see my face right now. Today's day to show you what development is like. Development on the PPP Civic. Development. So car is coming. Let's show you development. Let me show you vehicles drive through this water here in a developed country. Developing nation. Cars are coming through here. Look at that. Development, Guyana. Another car coming here. Development, y'all. Look at that. Development. I like. All right. Somebody said Carla Connie Blair. He said there's no need for drains. Somebody said that. Theodore. Yeah, man, and guys, you don't need drains in the water. We need drains for. What are we draining? Look at this. The water is coming from the top of the hill running straight down here. All the time. Straight down. And accumulating right there. So with another shower, what do you think will happen tonight? I came to show you all development. All I want the people to send somebody to talk to me now. That's what I'll do. Y'all don't want to take the risk. Y'all come on the road and meet me, man. I'm going to go meet people who want to challenge them. Come and meet me and challenge me. That's what I want. Let Barrett come. Or Mr. Susan, Madam Susan, I don't know what to address you as. Whatever you want to call yourself. Bring y'all come. Come and let's talk. Look, another car going, a bus going there now. Development. So I'm going through the pond. They should call this area Lake Bernard. We're going through Lake Bernard right here. Look at that in front of me. And there's a look at that. See that? In the hole. You see that? There's a hole in this road. And if you don't know it, if you're on a motorcycle, don't come through here. Look at that. Lake Bernard. Somebody on a motorbike behind me. So we just came out of Lake Bernard. If you're on a tour and you want to visit Linden, we have an area called Lake Bernard here you can come to see. R&R is right there. Flooding here again because, as I said, this hill undulates. It rolls. So they came to Linden to talk about developing everywhere except those places that already exist that need. I'm talking about years this problem exists, not 2 days ago. Because they refuse to do that which is corrective. And those who build the road just put asphalt. Then nobody checked to understand what happens to drainage in the area. So let's turn. Let's take a turn. See Bernard Avenue sign here? Let's take a walk through. We're going by third corner down Lovers Lane. And there you get to see. As I said, the reason why I came in is dark is so that you can have an opportunity to notice what happens when lighting is poor and people have to walk and ride bicycles, ride motorcycles. That's where I came now. You need to see what people have to go through. So this is one section here. Look again. You see on the road? So we're going now. A big hole here. There's one here. See that? And these holes are so sharp. Yeah, brother. I done it. Ooh-ha! Lake Linden, hold on. We had Lake Bernard. This is Lake Mikey here by the workshop. So let's see another lake. We have another lake here, Lake Mikey. Oh, there's Lake Cynthia. This is by Miss Cynthia's house. Look at this. So you have Bernard Avenue. No drainage here again. Take a look. We have another lake in Linden. Amelia's War, the place of lakes. See here? Messiah's area here. We have a vehicle coming. So let's see what happens in the Thank you. Let's see what happens in Lake Mikey Street. A car is going through here, look. Heading all the way to the corner. Look at that. He's off the road, trying to navigate. No, I don't know this area. Look at that. Because if you only now this road here now, if this car only went in the middle of this road, you'll see what happens. You would have seen what happened. Can't drive straight because there's a huge hole in the middle of this road here. Let Barrett drag it up with this. He doesn't want to mention my name. He puts the puppet critic. Puppet critic puts himself. But no, let's talk, man. Let Barrett call my name in his broadcast and tell people that I lie to y'all. See that? So we have two lakes. Are you all telling me you're voting for development? Let them come and tell me anything about development. See, I have another car trying to come through here. This one. Let's see what's going on here now. The truck is going through Lake Mikey or Lake Messiah. Lake Messiah is a better name. We're passing through Lake Messiah. You cannot drive in the middle of the road. Uh-oh. Down in the hole. What else tell them see where we are? Wonderful truck. Down in the hole. There's a huge hole on this corner. So let's go on to Lovers Lane now. So in front of these villas, look, in front of this house on the right. Again, you have to build your yard up. There's businesses here. There's a shop here. B&E variety. So we're going on to Lovers Lane now. So you notice vehicles like are coming and the phone has eyes, as they normally call it. The cameras have eyes, alright? They call the iris. So look what's happening here. Or aperture or something, I can't, right? Where light enters the camera. So just like your eyes. So as you're driving, and you notice that the light, when it comes to the camera, it blocks it out. You can't get to see because just a flat glare. That happens to your eyes if you can't handle lights at night. Big truck, look, big bus. So let's see what's going on here. This is third corner. Again, no drain. Right? No drain. Come on. No drain. Long now. Look. This third corner. Don't play with development, boy. Look. This is Lovers Lane now. This is a main road. Every one of them. Look. This is development. I'm sure at night now. You have to navigate. Imagine motorcycle you walking in the night and lighting your eyes. Look. So to navigate this one here, there's a canyon. To navigate this canyon here, some people have to drive off the road again. That's the country road here. Look what the drivers have to do to get through this area. I'm sick. Look at this. Look. This is a major, when I tell you major, this is one of the main roads in Linden, in the Amelia's Ward. This here, Lovers Lane. This whole here. Look what people have to go through. I got sick and tired of this. This is why I came to show out tonight. Tonight, not during the day. Look what people have to go through to get home. Look, you see the car over there? Let me show. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that car. Look at what this driver has to go through. Look. Look what the driver has to go through to get through this road. You got to drive here and hope for the best. Every single major road in this town. I just showed you down the road, you know. This is an election month, or 2 months left for election. Look what the PPP has you driving and tell you this development. That you must applaud them for this. You have large shop somewhere here. This Red Zinc shop, very popular area. People come to buy snacks and stuff. Look. Yeah, champ, got to. Look at this. There's a shop here, people sell food. So you come to buy food, a business place here. Look at this. So this is Lake Lord we have. And can't fix one. You see Linda's saying? Why do you share so many road contracts and can't fix the roads already that are in the deplorable state? Why would you give so many contracts out, but you cannot fix the road? So we're going now. We're going in another corner. This third corner, right? Uh-oh, you heard that? You heard that? A car just dropped in the hole. I told y'all. Look here. Did you hear the man car exhaust is great on the road? That's what came with the truck. Look at that. Look at how sharp this drop is. That's a car trying to navigate here. Yeah, champ. Right? Nobody. People trying to get home, you know. People trying to get a business done. Lovers Lane, main thoroughfare in the ward. Look where you have to drive. This third corner. So let's go to the second corner now. So let us see what the second corner looks like. That's going towards simple area. So we just got through third corner. Then we go through Rob Avenue and other places. Let's see what development looks like in Guyana. So in this high truck, I don't have the problem, but at the end of the day, you're still dropping into holes. And it's still affecting your vehicle's suspension and all that on the carriage. So we headed to second corner now. Bonus Street is on the right. This second corner is Lovers Lane. What do you have here? Hold the gain. I'll come on and show y'all. Let's see what happened at Bonus Corner now. Develop Guyana. Development, people, development. Let's see how developed this country really is. Look at this. One big mound here. There's second corner. The main thoroughfare, and I think a councilwoman, one of them had a contract with this road, not even a year ago. This here. They made to repair this road. Not even 1 year. I think when the PPP people got a contract with this road. Look at condition. Within a year. So a car is coming through here. All right. Look. Taxis. The main business or economic activity in Linden, in terms of private enterprise, is taxi service. Now, so cars run all the time. There's one of the main thoroughfares of the taxi. Look at people have to go through here. Look what people's cars have to go through. Look at every single day. I can imagine when Mr. Thomas goes through and he has to come to work here, man. Every day. This second corner. And the PPP will tell you all that they're doing an amazing work. And you see those talking heads in Linden saying to you all, you know, that we're just talking this development. And that we're against development. That the PPP is doing such a good job. Why all against development? I could hear them already. Alright? This is the Amelia's ward. Now let's not talk about Wizrock. And other parts of Linden. I decided I'm going to take you all on a trip to have my experience. When some of y'all say I'm always mad, as why? Because every day, can you imagine having to drive this every day when you're going to work? And when you go back home? Who would not be angry? Look, development. Okay. I'm showing them at night so you can understand. And I know some of you get my message. At night. If you cannot see when you're driving at night, what do you think will happen to people? On motorcycles when they're walking. When lights are in your eye. See that light coming to me? Imagine my eye having to deal with that. And there's a hole in the road I can't see because the light is blinding me. That's why I'm doing this at night, to show you all. Take a look at development, man. No drainage in Lovers Lane. No edging of the road. Because when you build asphaltic roads, edgil, the road's supposed to carry like on the highway. There's supposed to be a retaining wall the size of the road, a curb. Y'all don't care. There's no walkway in Amelia's ward because y'all not that important. But still you live, vote to the PPP. Progress on the PPP. British Bulldog, business right up the road. Hope he's out and tell me something tonight. They don't even make certain mistakes with me, but I don't know why. First corner. Look at this. Development. Development under the PPP, man. Look at that. Look at this. Cars have to drive through first corner. Development. So first corner, second corner, third corner. You can't even have one corner in this street here. Lovers Lane, the main thoroughfare. Not even one corner can you pass without having to navigate through holes. Look. I came on the main road in the water to show you all what's happening. Development. Now, you didn't see my face, right? Because you didn't see my face today, I want to show you all the road. And the PPP business fella, his business is right there, where the blue drum is. Right there. British Bulldog. And look at the road. Look at the road in front of his business. And these guys will tell you that you should vote for the PPP because they're doing well for Linden. He will tell you that. They will tell you to vote for the PPP because they're doing well for Linden. And that is why you need to have strong councillors on the RDC level, town council level, to block these roads and then want to fix it. But some of y'all scared. But as you need to do Linden, nobody must pass where they can't fix it. Well, if I take you to Tucson Mall, oh, you will see that one. You are going to see that one with the Tucson Mall area. That's Tucson Drive. That's the entrance into the ward. Right? So you need to see that one. So let's look at some more development in Region 10. Beautiful Linden. Don't stop the progress. Vote PPPC. Yes, they give you the best roads in Guyana, you dummies. I don't know how this can make sense to some of y'all. Let's take a right. We go back onto the highway and we drive through Tucson Drive after the rain has subsided. Don't talk about when it rains. Because the assumption that PPP made is that when it rains, the water doesn't stay on land for long, hence don't have any drain. That's how they reason. But you build concrete roads, you build asphaltic roads, and the water will be trapped somewhere because there's nowhere to go. So we're going to take a drive by Tucson Mall area. Let us see what development looks like over there. Now, you know, you normally go, you say LA at night, or you have to visit Panama City at night. Well, here in Guyana, I'm showing you Linden at night, Amelia's Ward at night. If you're tourists, come to Linden and see Amelia's Ward at night. A beautiful tourist attraction. Wonderful roads. You got to see nature at its best. Craters, you see lakes and all that on the road itself. See that bright light from the truck in your eyes? What do you think will happen to you when you drive at night? Come to Linden where development meets ecotourism. You have a chance to see lakes. You don't have to pay for that. Can you imagine that you have an opportunity to see naturally formed lakes, as they want to tell you all? Because Bharat will going to broadcast and tell you that this is natural. Bharat will say that this right here at the corner, this is Tucson Drive now. See Tucson Drive right there? Bharat will tell you that this is natural, right there. Naturally occurring water. This right here is not a fault of theirs. No curb, no drainage. And Bart will say this is not his problem. Blame it on Burnham because the people didn't cause this. They had no chance to fix it. Take a look. Let me show you all the development. This is McRae here now. This is This is McRae. McRae is there. Another PPP lock. You watch. They dug up the road. They're building a concrete road here. But instead of waiting until it gets dried or have some drainage, some outflow, you dig it up. This is in front of McRae's business. Tucson Drive. That's McRae's operation here. So I hope you all notice the trend in front of right where the PP businessmen operate. I hope you notice how they treat them. This is everything Andy used to be. Development, guy needs development. Look at this. So let's see another lake. Oh boy, see here? I have to jump over water now. This is another lake. this area. This is Toucan Drive here now. See the truck coming through here? Look at this. Yeah, champ. Look at this, man. But how could people actually live and accept these conditions? I don't understand. How could this be remotely acceptable? How? Look at this road. Toucan Drive. Crater Lane, they should call it. This should be renamed Crater Lane. This is Crater Lane right here. Let me show you by the radio station now. 94 point, was it 104.1, boom, 104.3. Boom FM. Blackies again. Shanghai got busy through here. Right? Shanghai Village through here. So this is Lake Shanghai. Or this is Lake Boom. We have Lake Messiah. We have Lake Bernard. Now this is Lake Boom. Don't stop the progress. This is ecotourism. So this is Toucan Drive here. Look at this. Shanghai's thing where you have events and stuff is right there. Another PPP support fella. Look at this. That's the radio station over there. And look here. So that if that's 104.1 Boom FM, 104.3 FM, this has to be Lake Boom. Look. And all people do. You mean tell me Shanghai cannot come out here and show one broadcast, show you always on this community, man? Yeah? How much respect do the people have for us in Linden to do this nonsense? Look, look. How do we call this development? Lake Bernard, Lake Messiah, Lake Boom. And this right here is Crater Road, Crater Lane. Crater Lane. What's that? Hey, bro. You look right there, man. Right on it. So, if we can't fix roads in this community, what are we really doing? There's a main road in this town. Hey, Papa. There's a main road we're looking at in Linden. Yeah. How's it, man? On it. So look at this. Crater Lane, you should call this one here. It is disastrous, man. What is happening in our town? Right. Look in front of somebody's house. Let me show you in front of people's houses. Oh. So people live here. There's somebody's home. But because the cars have to drive to find path, look in front of somebody's yard. Look. This is in front of people's house. Someone had to build a berm so water wouldn't run in the yard. Look. Like, where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing, people? How do you call this progress? How? How do you classify this as being a progressive environment? Look at this area here. And this is Toucan Drive. This leads into Cinderella Cities and those places. Somebody passing through here. As I said, this Crater Avenue. Is the Haynes Mall over there? Good, good. All right. All right. So you have a young man, you live in the water too? No. Just passing through her? Yeah, boy, I drive everywhere. Yeah? You care to share your thoughts live on this broadcast? Tell people how you feel about the situation here? Because we want to know how you feel about what's going on in Linden. Yeah, well, I got a call. They come from. I feel like Linden is being neglected financially, economically, and with infrastructure. And what they gotta understand, a bad road means money out to the pocket of the regular man. So we gotta change in car parts steady. Right. So it's difficult. And you drive here every day, you say? That's about you drive here often? Every day. Wow. For getting to the ward, it no matter where you take, you got to reach that area. Yeah, that's true. True lovers in the car is the worst. You must knock your bottom there. Wow. Hey, my brother. You know, and then run and do a patchwork, and then 2 weeks later the patchwork destroyed. Because I've seen many times this road is patched, as you said, but it doesn't last long. No. 2 weeks max. All right. Bridge over from Wismore. Once you drive in Guyana, especially Linden, you gotta drive zigzag. Going down Wardale, zigzag. Right. By the bridge, zigzag. Navigate the best way you can. You're not wondering why accidents happen and things. People swerving from holes. Yeah, that's true. Because we do have David Road Avenue, David Road, so you go down the hill, yeah. Passing by industrial area side. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, those huge holes. And look, I'm showing you how the cars are coming through here. All right. I take this time, waste of time. There's a lot of things. It is indeed. All right. Francis, aquaculture, you could some fish. You could have some fish in these holes in Crater Lake. Linden is huh? Hey, look, come man, come. Come here. Look at Connie Bear in the car here. Come, Mr. Bears. Come here, man. What? Come, man. Where you gonna win? Come on the car and talk. Come. You can't be busy now. That's a Connie. The chief engineer for the PPP right there. That's a Connie going up there, man. You run away from the Bamia school project. Right. So that's a Connie. A Connie just passed. A Connie wants to come in the car. The man's busy. Right. Can you imagine a Connie having a campaign in this area? Listen to me. You'll see my face tonight. Brother, listen. I want the PP to hold a meeting in this street here, right here. This street in Full Corner, and tell people about development. That's what we want to do. And invite me to be one of your speakers to talk about development in Linden under the PPP. All right? Let's talk about that. Because today is about how many houses they distributed. I'm talking about the roads. In an area that's one of the oldest communities. By the way, Amelia's ward, where we are standing tonight, this area is the most populous community in the Caribbean. If you didn't know that, you know it now, right? This is the most populated community. Most of the people who live in one community, or what we call a village, across the whole Caribbean live in Amelia's ward. We have one of the largest communities in the Caribbean. And look, it used to be 8 Mile Rock, I think, in Grand Bahama. But look here. So I'm heading down by the roundabout now. Yeah? Development. We're looking at development in Guyana tonight, in Linden. See that? So, I'm taking some time to show you how this thing works. And how to campaign for the PPP. Development. Akani just passed, he didn't want to stop and talk, so I'm going to do Akani's job. So we can take you down the road to show you development in Guyana. Because normally when you talk about you have developed areas. People expect to see beautiful roads and highways and stuff like that, drains and these things, but no, man. In Guyana it's different. In Guyana it's very different. So I'm driving through Crater Lane, and there's some young men who normally have a box and some cement and sand, and they try to patch these holes, if you give them a little $100 and so on. And it's a business, but I guess they can't keep up with the holes now. And this happens because when there's a little hole, Dwight John, the worst thing that ever happened to Linden is this fella. The Barrett sent here whoever it is, damn loud. He came on a mission, as far as I'm concerned, to destroy this community. That's my view. Because as a regional executive officer, this fella, I don't know what he does unless he's instructed by Barrett. Nothing for Linden or Region 10. You're approaching what is called the roundabout. Passing the pool. I don't think if you open this pool since the guy drowned. But you're now in the roundabout, area of the roundabout. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Okay. So here we are again. This is going back towards the roundabout here now. Look at this. The car coming through here. Hey man, trouble. Look at that. Imagine you have a new car and you want to go home. Look at this. Somebody say, can't he say last Camille's water doesn't need drains? I can't buy a name call on this broadcast too often. Now come, you gotta defend yourself. You need to defend yourself. You cannot have this happen. Such a point blank. Point blank, you said there's no need for drain. Hey champ! Yeah, but you gotta reach me, man. Give me a call. See that? So this is Toucan. Got to, brother. This is Toucan Drive. Hey! Development. I'll show you how development. Because if you talk about development, you guys see what's happening on the road. Hey, brother. Development. This is development. So it now got dark, right? Riding a motorcycle, riding a bicycle, something lights in the eye. Waiting happened to you here, man. And this is called development. Let's go to the roundabout. See a bit more development. Amelia's ward at night. Let's see a little bit more development as we drive. But you can come to Guyana, you don't have to pay any money. Once you get the ticket, you come to Linden. You see craters, you see lakes, all that. Look at that. And as Francis said, you even have aquaculture. You can put some fish in some of these lakes right here and rear them as business. Aquaponics. Development, Guyanese development. In 2025. Oil-rich Guyana. Look at the crate over there. Got your one over there. Put the phone outside. Look at that. So this car cannot drive. They have to wait until I pass. Look at that hole. Look over here. A huge hole. Let me pull over in the car and show you. Don't stop the progress. How dare you speak about such beautiful natural scenery? Lakes and craters, canyons. Can you not see development? Look, man. So this corner, look, the street light is gone. And if you decide to walk at the corner here, believe me, you'll have a very bad experience. Look at that. You know what that is? That's water right there. All of this is water. All of this. See that? Development. I keep using the word because you hear it a lot from the PPP during this election campaign. Development. Rapid development. And semi-literate AFA will talk about how quickly they've developed communities and how many roads they've built and bridges, and the Demerara Harbour Bridge. The new Demerara Harbour Bridge, or whatever bridge you call it. But this right here is our reality. So you would expend hundreds of millions of dollars, billions upon billions of taxpayers' dollars, but you would not fix what has already existed. So you just leave the state to be as deplorable as possible. Then should they come back in, your vote for them come back in, what do you think they'll do? Another friend have to have this road. They'll have to give this contract to one of their friends to fix the road. So you make it as deplorable as possible and they send machines in to dig, to excavate, and make as much money as they can.
London is road a mess.
It is, my brother, it is. So brothers and sisters, enemies and friends, y'all want to vote for the PPP and bring them back in to develop your community? Because they're good at developing things now. They develop your bill at a mechanic shop. They develop because when they break your vehicle up, you have to go to one of their friends to buy the part. And it's a business all around. So we head through third corner, then our night will be over. Don't stop the progress. Amelia's ward at night. So we're approaching PD corner here now. And in order to avoid the water, cyclists have to ride in the middle of the road. They ride straight into the path of a vehicle, oncoming traffic. Just avoid holes. Cyclists' life are in danger. Some of you don't understand why I'm consistently peeved. Look, big hole in the middle of the road and I have to drive here. Anyway, so that was Linden at night for y'all. See you again soon. Tomorrow, if I do not go to Region 5, which I should be, or wherever it is we go in Region 5, Region 6, wherever it is, you will find us in another area that the PP says they've been developed, or the top of development. Catch us live.